Technically speaking, technically speaking, I ain't talking vegan when I said that I've been eating, making money on the side, but I use it for the main. I'm speaking in code when I tech talk that financial freedom. Have a seat cause you gon' wanna sit up at my table, yeah. Plugged in that it, girl, IT with the cables, yeah. Network engineering is for you, it ain't no labels, yeah. Shaky with my passion, took a leap, it got me stable, yeah. Now I make 100K or better, paper couldn't fit a stapler, and I spend it on my passion cause I'm capable. Technically speaking, now I'm really talking vegan when I said that I've been eating, I've been technically speaking. Technically speaking, China white. When I've been said I've been technically speaking. Said I've been technically speaking. China white.
Let's go ahead and first things first, when you're in the lab, is you want to build the topology as is, right? Exactly how this looks is what you want to put in Packet Tracer, so you don't get confused. So as you can see here, it's telling you exactly what to do. Let's go ahead and do it. Now, I'm going to start off with some end devices. I have a laptop. Actually, let me grab it this way. Okay, laptop. And then let's see, we have a PC, a laptop and a PC right here. And then we have a server. Boom. And then let's go to networking, a router. Let's do a switch. Okay, so for this 2960, this 2960, yes. For this one, I'm not going to use a router. Because we just care about the wireless LAN. So we're not gonna add in this router. So let's just get in our wireless devices. Let's see, we have a lightweight access point. Maybe this one right here. Yes. Oh, nope. This is the 3702. Let's do that here. Let's do that here. Let's do that here. Let's put that up here. Let's put that up here. Whatever, okay? We're gonna try to make it as close as possible. And a WLC 2504. You see how I'm actually getting the models of the laptops and stuff? Well, I have PC 14 here, and that's because I've been using all these PCs. So let's connect them together. Now, I choose automatic, but again, I want you guys to really choose what's needed. You better really know these cabling types, because it's not gonna really, I mean, it would suck to, get cabling types wrong on the exam, right? Okay, cool. So, like I said, we're not gonna add this router because we're just gonna do wireless LAN, which that's why I'm doing this lab with you guys. I'll do I won't do every lab, but the labs I will do will be the ones that have a little different variation, like this one. We're not going to use a router. If you do use a router, that's totally fine. That's probably why one of the students got confused, because they used the router and it probably made you add in a whole bunch of other settings. I don't know, this is a pretty older lab, but as far as for me, when I'm doing, because they're all wireless labs are kind of the same. It's just for you to get into the GUI. So, I mean, that's just what I just don't use a router. So this is kind of the same for every wireless lab. Let me go ahead and come down. Okay. So we did all that. Click on the wireless LAN controller icon. All right, so now we're about to start configuring some things. So before I even do that, I want to come down. Once I put everything in the topology how it should be, I create a, let me come here. Yes, let's go ahead and start naming these things. So we're going to say 192.168.1. 20/24. Cool. And then we got 192.168.1.100/24. Cool. And then we got what's this? Okay. We got a 192.168.1.10/24. Cool. Like I said, we're not going to use this router. So 123, 123, we're good. Let me go ahead and click on that. So the .20 is the server, and the .100 is the PC, and the 10 is the wireless LAN controller. Okay. And I'm also going to put we're going to do management, and we're going to do DHCP. Okay. Click back on that. So we just know that this is the management right here. Okay. That's our management PC. That's the PC that we're going to work from as an administrator. This is our PC. And then we have a DHCP server. Okay. Put that server over here. We're just naming it. I like to name mine to ensure that I don't get confused, right? Now, obviously, you're like, well, where does it say management and where does it say DHCP? That's for my understanding. As you go through this, you'll definitely know that we're going to turn this into a DHCP, and this one is obviously going to be our management. But as a newbie, you probably wouldn't understand it, right? It's okay, but you're following what I'm doing to, like I said, get it all so you can understand how to do the labs and it can click. At least this lab. All right, so click on the wireless LAN controller icon and go. Okay, so wireless controller, we're going to click on that bad boy. And this is in my way. Put that up here. All right, so the LAN controller, click on the management config tab, the management, and it says put the IP address. Well, you're going to put his IP address, right? This is that, so we're going to make sure that, I don't know what that came from. Let's do a 0. We don't really have a default gateway, but they said we can add one if we want to. So I'm just going to do what they have us doing it here, and then DNS server, whatever. Let's put a DNS server here. I always just like to add one just because I'm just so used to adding DNS servers. 8.8.8.8 is Google's DNS server, so that's why I'm using it. So on our wireless LAN controller, we have the IP address of the wireless LAN controller that's coupled with the subnet mask, a default gateway, and a DNS server. Cool. Cool. Now we can exit out of it. And now it says on computer 0, which is ours as computer PC, configure this address and the subnet mask. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and click on it. Let's go to config. Let's config. Let's go to this, and we're going to configure an IP address, which is the one we just put down, 168.1.100. Right, subnet mask should be /24. That is great. Now, let's go into desktop, and it says open the command prompt window on PC 0 and run the IP config command. So command prompt, and we're going to do IP config. Make sure you spell it right. And yes, our IP address is here and it's verified. Okay, so it says also verify the computer can ping the IP address of the LAN controller. I don't think I can do that just yet. Let's just see. Ping 192.168.1. We didn't even set up the server, so that's probably not gonna work. Yeah, it's pinging. It's gonna time out. Actually, it's not. It didn't time out. Reply. So it did reply, and that's because it's on his land. So I didn't have to set up the server too much for it to reply. And as you can see, the reply, it came back and it says it lost 25. So this is actually good. I don't think we saw this. I don't know. I don't remember, but I could tell you guys now that it lost. 4 packets were sent. 1 packet was lost, as you can see, request timed out, but we definitely got a reply from the LAN, from the wireless LAN controller. So we received 3, we lost 1. So we had a 25% loss. That one loss, that 25% came from an ARP, because we've never had any type of communication between us, the management computer, and the wireless LAN controller. So the switch has to figure out, how do I get to this IP address? I don't read IP addresses. So the switch had to ARP out and say, hey, who does this IP address belong to? And then the wireless LAN controller sent an echo and say, hey, that's my IP address. And so the switch was able to build a frame based off of the MAC address of that echo reply from the wireless LAN, and actually send out this data. So now that's why we have the reply here. Okay. So that was verified. Now it says on the computer PC 0, open a web browser and go to URL whoopty. All right, let's see about that. So we're gonna go into this PC. Let's go into the web browser. Let's type in this address, http:// or / I think that's a backslash. I don't know. Just know it's those type of slashes. 192.168.1.10. Whose address is this? This is the address of the wireless LAN controller. Okay, so let's go. Let's click on go or enter. And you see it's doing something, but we need to make sure that this is open.
Will be number 1 is TSU Team Hub. This is where all our hub information is at. This is where you'll go first, and you can ask questions here, create you a nice card with your name on it, and let us know what you're here, what your goals is, so we can help you accomplish that. Okay? The second board you would come up to is how to get a 6-figure job. This is my exact path on how I was able to break into tech and get a 6-figure tech job. Even when you got that job, or let's just say you are at a comfortable job, it may not be 6 figures, maybe, 90K, 80K, something in that sort, and now you're looking into making 6 figures in your business. You can use this board as well, so we can help you get to that goal with getting 6 figures in your business, okay, by utilizing technology. And the third one here that everyone mostly is at is the CCNA, or Net Plus exam notes. All right. These are all the exam notes here. And we have it in our boards that you see where it has start, and you see our network fundamentals,
Let me
network.
see what happens. This make request out, but let's just see. Let's see. It takes a minute a lot of times with bringing up web pages, or at least initially. But it doesn't look like it's gonna go, because look at this right here. We want to be able to set something up here. It's not timing out, but we're following these lab steps, and I'm starting to see how it can kind of confuse you guys if you don't know that you have to configure all of these things. Okay, it's not giving me an error, so I don't want to jump the gun. And you have to do HTTP and not HTTPS, because we don't need it to have a secure connection on the initial setup. The secure connection comes after the initial setup for a wireless LAN controller. But I'm not getting anything. So let's exit. Let's go to our ouch. And let's see what we have here. It's this. Sometimes you have to power things off, put a module in. Oh, put a module in and then power it back on. I don't know. And then let's put an IP address on here. But should we make this a HTTP? Make sure that's all on. And then DHCP. It's gonna make us set this up anyway. But let's see. Create your wireless network. I really don't want to set this up from here, but let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Let's click service on, the default gateway. They gave us one. I believe it was like 192.168.1.1. DNS server. We always just use Google because that's just what I like to do. Start IP address 192. Again, I'm using the same scheme as they're giving on the lab. Okay. Subnet mask 255.255. Let's just say it's about 25 IPs that we need. Let's put in this address. Not 1, 10. And then we're gonna save. That looks good. I think the most important thing was the WLC address, right? Because we're creating this a DHCP server. We can create any type of server, honestly, as you can see here. It could be a DNS server. It can be a system logging, TFTP for files, whatever. But right now we're focused on HTTP, which is both on. Okay, that's good. And then DHCP, which is on for right now. All right. Let me go and config interface, and I'm gonna add this here. Okay, cool. Speed that up. What's happening right here? Let me go to this laptop. Oh, this laptop, let's power it off. I'm gonna put that module. As you can see, like these are the modules, right? You have to power off the device, power on, you have to power off, and then you can switch the modules right here. I had the links key, links system, whatever. This is a module that provides 2.4 gigahertz of wireless interface suitable for connection to wireless networks, right? So I can just take this, drag and drop it, make it seem a little realistic. I guess that's what Cisco got going on. But let's power on that puppy. And then let's connect it off. I don't know why this is not here. This lightweight access point, I don't even think we have to get this. Oh, yes, we do. Oh my gosh, Cisco. They're gonna come over here and they're gonna attach the power adapter. And now, can you still see my screen? Yes. And now we can get some service. Okay. Let me put that up here. There we go. That's really what that was. So let's try it again. Let's go back to management. Let's go back to our HTTP colon 192.168.110, and then go. Now it takes a little minute, honestly. I don't know why I keep clicking on this. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. So let me show you that again. Obviously, I wasn't recording the screen. So let me go. Where was we? Oh, I was at the wireless access. So you see now it's green. It's because I had to freaking take this power cable and freaking drag and drop it right here so it can connect to power. Cisco does that to make it more real life, right? So once I connected to power, it was able to do what it needs to do. Okay. So let's go into management again, and let's go into our web browser, and we're gonna do HTTP boom boom 192. We're putting in the management IP for the wireless LAN. Okay. We're gonna go. It looks like it's doing some things like, oh, I'm trying to see what's happening. All right. And we should make it. It takes a little time, honestly. Open the web browser. Okay, so yeah, this is where we're at. We have to open this web browser. And it's taking its lovely time. Let me go over here. Yeah, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Let's go back to the PC. Actually, before we even hit the browser, let me go back to command prompt. I want to just ensure that I can still talk to the wireless LAN control. Because if I can't ping it, then I can't get in it. Okay, so that was pretty quick. So I definitely have access to it. All right, let me get off on the web browser. Let me hit the HTTP. Before I even do that really quick, let me come into my PC and let me just make sure that the firewall is off. Okay. And then let me make sure that where we got PC wireless. We need physical. So we got to power this thing down, okay? And then we need to add, where do I add this module? Is it on the back or is it on the front? I don't know. But let's come here. This module provides enough. Oh, I gotta take that module out. Okay. Oh, I tell you, this wireless thing here will not be connected to that port. Where can it be connected to? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me go back into here. Power on. Do I have it here already? Yes, I do. There we go. I'm gonna exit. Then I can come here and put it. What we got going on? Let me see. Oh, because it's saying that I can. Let me see. What's this? 3G provides cellular interface. What's this? Provides. Okay. I'm gonna move this out. Oh, I can't move and power's on. Let me click that. And then what's this? That's what we just had. This was the host. RJ11 connections. Oh, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna hook it up to wireless. I don't really have to do all that, honestly, because I can go back. Right, power that baby on. So this is the one that really needed the connection. Okay, yes. And then, there we go. Let me speed that puppy up. Make sure that IP address is still configured. It ain't configured worth a dang. 192.168.100 subnet mask. Cool. That's the IP. Desktop IP configurations. Default gateway 192.168.1.1. DNS server 8.8.8.8. Cool. That's how we gonna play it. Exit out of that really quick. Let me just run that same command back. Okay, maybe I can't. Ping 192.168.1.10. Alright, cool. So I can run it back. Let me exit out of that web browser. HTTP 192.168.1.10. Right? Is that where we're at? Go. I think that's what I'm gonna click. It's taking this lovely little time, I tell you that. Let me just make sure my DHCP server, it don't have a gateway, but it ain't that serious. All right, that's cool. It has both capabilities. Okay. Let me see settings. Ah, there we go. Like this thing took forever. Okay. So let me pull this up here. Oops. Let me pull this up here. So when you go to the website, actually, I should probably put it this way. When you go to that URL, you will hit the home page, right? Welcome. Please start by creating an admin account. So create an admin account with an appropriate password that you can easily remember. So we're gonna say our name is admin and our password is admin123. Actually, our password is Cisco123. Okay, so it's gonna be Cisco123 with a capital C to be exact. Right, and we're gonna say start. Now, set up your controller with the appropriate system name along with the management IP, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Right, subnet mask, 5 default gateway. Okay, so we need to set it up with this. So it says create your wireless network by the name. Oh, actually, no. Okay, system name is WLC. All right. WLC. Let's do 2022 because I do this once a year. Date and time. Time is good. Optional. Management IP. Now here it says the management IP. We're going to continue to use it, which is 192.168.1.10. Yeah. And then we have a subnet mask of, what did we say? Oh, 24. So that's 255.255.255.0. Default gateway, it tells us right here. Again, we're just following the steps now. 192.168.1.1. That's what we've been using this whole time. So, and then the VLAN value was 0. And then click the next button. All right, so now it says enter your wireless network. This is going to be an employee network. Looks like it. Create your wireless network by setting the network name to employee. All right, employee. All right, then security to WPA to personal. All right, and then the passphrase is set to employee. All right, EMPLOYEE. Yeah, I don't know how to spell EMPLOYEE. And then management And we don't need all that. And then click the next button. Now it says confirm the settings and click apply virtual IP address. I guess, I don't know. I'm just going to confirm it after waiting 1 minute. Next. Please confirm settings and apply. All right, so apply. The system will reboot after these settings are applied. Click OK to apply the configuration or cancel. Let's just go ahead and click OK. So over here, it says, after waiting 1 minute for the controller to reconfigure itself with new settings, log back into the wireless LAN controller via HTTPS. Now remember, we did HTTP in the beginning. Now, since we set up the initial settings, we can use a secure connection, which is PS, right? HTTPS. Same address, because this is the address of our wireless LAN controller, right? We're just using the GUI. So let that do what it needs to do. Saving the configuration, take a minute. Let me scroll down to see what else. Okay, so basically it's just more settings. And we kind of did some of them. If you was following along with me, then we kind of did DHCP already. So we just did that 5-6 steps ahead, but that's okay. We can just go through it one more time. But this is going to take a little time. I don't know why the wireless labs, the wireless LAN labs, as far as packet tracer is concerned, they take forever when they're loading and doing its thing. So most of the time, it's just like a waiting game, honestly. It's just like, it's definitely going to take more than a minute. Okay. But in the meantime and in between time, do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about anything? Did you want me to re-explain anything while we're waiting? This lesson is really just about the labs, right? The wireless lab, and then we'll do a little bit with the static configuration, so you can kind of do that. I could kind of show you a little bit, but today is really just labbing, because it's really important that you understand how to actually configure these things, right? But no questions? Okay, that's fine. And this is taking awfully a lot of time. I don't know why it's taking so long. And I don't know if I can close out. I don't want to close out of it and it messes up something, because this, once it starts over, is like forever. Let me see. I confirmed and I go here. Okay, we're gonna do SSIDs and stuff. See, it's really good. So wireless was last week, but at least I can do the lab and upload the lab for you guys, and you can kind of see how to do it. But this is actually taking a lot of time, but I'm probably gonna just exit out. I feel like if I exit out, I may mess it up. And I would hate to go back and do this all over again. But at least you guys know, right? How to at least get to like this part. Again, it's just really following the lab. I'm about to exit out because I'm impatient and I shouldn't be, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, let's do HTTPS, right? Colon and some slashes, and then our private IP or our management IP address, which is private nonetheless, but no, there we go. So we need to log in. What did we use? We used admin, and then we used Cisco 123. I use Cisco 123 for everything, so there we go. Now we are in there like swimwear, okay? So we are Now, this is exactly like spitting image. Now, it's a little older as far as like the look, but this is kind of like spitting image of what you're going to see out in the field if you was a wireless network engineer, or a network engineer that specialized on the wireless side. So yeah, so this is exactly what you're going to see. The management IP of the wireless LAN controller right here. You'll see all these settings. So let's just see what they want us to do. Click on the Wlan's, that's what I'm gonna say. Wlan's tab, a new profile named employee with SSID of employee should have already what been created. If not, do create this new profile name employee with SSID employee and click button apply to save these settings. Submit. Okay, we don't need to submit it. But as you can see here, our profile name employee and our SSID is employee, which is the service set identification. And our admin setting is enabled. Our security policies is we're going to use these types of securities. We're going to talk more about security when we get to that section. I don't want to confuse you guys. So just know that this is what security settings will look like, right? So click on the ID number. It's only one. And then, oops. And then click on security. Oh, okay. Then click on security. There we go. And it says tab. Within the layer 2 settings, verify that layer 2 security is set to whatever it wants us to set to. So let's do on the security settings. Let me see. There we go. IP address. It's not saying new. Oh, let me go back here. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. I wasn't allowing it to do its thing. Maybe I should open this up a little bit. Is it? There we go. Shit. Basically, this is telling me that I need to calm down, right? And I suggest you take a little page from my book and calm down. Okay, cool. So security, layer 2 security. We want to make sure it looks like that, you know? Yep, that's about right. And then the WPA 2 policy should be check marked. Yep, it is. And it says AES encryption should be check marked. Okay, it is. And PSK authentication should be enabled. Enabled, it is. If not already, configure. So set the PSK, pre-shared keys, to a value that can you easily remember. We already got it. Boom, apply. Click on apply. Like I said, changing. All right. Okay. We're just gonna click OK. But like I said, these settings is honestly the same type. This is like exactly what you're gonna see out in the field. So if you can literally do this part right here, you can put that on your resume. Say you've configured some wireless LANs, and you can actually tell them steps if you want, right? But that's if you're feeling dangerous. So anyway, so boom, so we did that. And I would suggest, since you're here, play around with things, you know, see what, okay, so we have security, we have layer 2, layer 3, and AA server. Like, you should probably do a little investigating and navigating on your own so you can see what this is about. But anyway, we're done here.